Hello and welcome to another Heroes of the Storm quick tip. Today I wanted to talk about vision control on BOE and why it's important, especially during the objective phases. So as you can see, we're on the second objective of the game here. This is my vision. So currently, just to show everyone, we have on the enemy side, we have two bot, two near objective, and then one fighting our solo laner, or at least looking at our solo laner in the top lane. Meanwhile, our team is largely getting ready to race, and I am holding vision here in this bush. So why is that important? Well, because if you see, I then have vision control over this angle, which combined with where Wono is traveling, we're going to have a good vision of this, at least at first. And it essentially limits them. They can't go this way. They can't go this way. I can see between here, like, who's on it, and also be looking at the health bar if it drops to know if people are over here hitting it. And so while it doesn't cover this top flank, it covers enough. Like, this is relatively safe now. They are unlikely to get attacked if they stay in this position. So what happens is, we see a Nubrak go by, we see Mephisto go by, and Greymane has disappeared from bot. So what that tells me is, Greymane is likely now traveling up to either objective or top, and because I saw the two hanging top, we know we can just go full on race here, not worry about it, and they are most likely coming to take top camp and secure it for themselves. Or at a minimum, get 10 first by like pushing our solo laner out so they can't collect this soak. And so because we know that, I can tell him, hey, get out, leave, instead of trying to fight and kill the Gazlo. And he gets out very safely, and there's no problem. And so while they have 10, what we've done is we've secured our halftime, and now we can send someone up to go deal with that. And again, so vision control works both ways. So because now we're showing the enemy's vision, they see two top, they see Rain or bot, they can just go all in, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're all running towards it. They don't have to worry about defense. Meanwhile, me, I have to worry about what I'm going to try and do. Oh, look at that cute little... That's the cloud. That's the happy cloud, and it's all slightly bugged, so I was like, what is that? Anyway, the important thing is, like, if less people were showing, say there was only one person showing in either top or bottom instead of everyone, I would usually be anchoring here because, again, same reason. It limits the enemy's ability to come in, and we know they kind of have to come here or here to not be seen. So instead, I'm playing further back. Normally I'd be over here, but because I know if they get on me, I'm dead, I'm playing behind our Immortal. And that's important, something a lot of people don't do. They play up here. That is because I know if I run away and they dive on me, there's a good chance the boss stun is going to split their team. So they won't be able to follow up even if they get a CC chain on me. That's also why I'm willing to be here. Your tank and healer are relatively safe unless they get dove on by everyone. And because of how we're positioning, it's going to be hard for them to do that. Someone can flank around from this angle, and that's actually, within a Nubrak, that's what I would have tried to do. I would have come here and looked for an E or gone all the way around. But they, thankfully for us, they choose not to. They play a little more conservatively, which has its own benefits. So you can see, again, they have vision of everyone. They know they're safe just pushing up here. So again, you'll notice I never cross past here. I'm always on this side, even though with Mei, between my natural health pool and the tank, trait, I'm very tanky. And so that's one of the most important things with vision controls, just like limiting where you can be threatened, and also how aggressively you can move on the Immortals. That's something that's really underrated. And same thing here, because we see them all leave, we tell our bottom lane to start mounting up and leaving, and that's why he escapes from here, is because he gets it just in time to get out. If that had been a second or two later, he would have gotten jumped upon by the Anubrak and probably killed. So this isn't the entirety of like vision control, but I want to just quickly point out, like, if you are on this side, the key point you want to be in other than this bush is right here, because again, it covers both angles and allows you to respond if they come here. The long flank is around here. If you think someone's going to go that way, these bushes are very good for that, but they limit your vision in every other area, so they're not particularly worth using unless you really think they're going to flank you. Same thing here and here. They're relatively far away, so when speed matters, people aren't going to go this way. But if you're in an extended fight, and especially against a dive tank like a Diablo or a Nubrak, etc., like really consider if you're safe, if you're in this spot, whether you're safe here or not. Because if you don't have someone anchoring this bush, someone can easily come around and jump on you. And then the final thing I want to just remind people, if you do have control of this, leaving your tank or solo laner, if they're like a solid bruiser here, very good for, anchoring out the enemy team. But something else is they can easily get counter dove and locked off from their team relatively easily. If, say, someone has an evasive ability that lets them get to the other side, your solo's here, and they get to this side, they can just buy block you until you're dead. So just something to consider. The chokes work both ways, and people don't respect that. And the final tip, if you do want to set something up, if you want to just have like a Rainer and your healer attacking here, or your Greymane or something, just solo going at this, and you have control of this, put someone here, and here. What happens often is people will see this and assume the enemy squad is here, and they won't necessarily check this bush. So when they come in, you can come out and aggress upon them from two different directions, and you can do the same thing I just talked about. You can kind of get them stuck here, and they won't be able to easily get back to towers. The other thing you can do is you can bait it. Your solo backs up, and they assume they're giving this position, when in reality, you just have two heroes here, and they run up and then cut them off, and everyone collapses on them. And it's a very good way to set a trap. It's not something enough people do. So that's, again, the basics of vision control and why it's really important to keep track of where the enemy heroes are and how many are missing. Even though you'll usually know where some of them are because of the immortal life bars, it's important to keep track of everyone you can in lane. And when this stops, it's important to keep track of that because it means all 5 may be moving towards you. And if you're not expecting that and your solo laner's off soaking or something, you can easily get jumped upon and punished for that. All right. I hope that was helpful, and have a great day.